Welcome back, viewers. We are here outside of Stone Tower Temple. Let's go on and stock up a little bit more on some items, and may as well go on and ferry myself up a ferry, even though I doubt I'll need it ever. So yeah, I've got my 17 times 2 hearts. I am a pretty beefy motherfucker. Now then, this one you gotta do in a specific pattern or you won't be able to do this. That one in the middle, you do have to press down, I do believe, first, because, well, we'll see. I believe we gotta do it this way. Yep, there we go. I remembered it right off the top of my head. Hot damn. Anyways, we do have to do this in a specific manner, because, yeah. And we can just... basically, all you gotta do is just go counterclockwise, starting on the right. And then, of course, do the same thing on the other side, counterclockwise, starting on the right. Only we'd be facing this way, so it would be technically starting on the left. If you're good enough, you can step on the switch and immediately pull the Eulogy of Emptiness. Oh, glitch! I love doing that glitch, by the way, viewers. Alright. Come on, game. I'm tired of seeing this. Anyways, this is the final pathway up to the Stone Tower Temple, so let's go on and take it on, motherfuckers. Now, we're not gonna actually, even though this dungeon is basically widely known as the Gimmick Dungeon, I'm pretty much gonna be running through it mostly as Human Link. Now, the reason why it's called the Gimmick Dungeon is, even though it also implements new ideas, it also kind of revisits old ideas as well. From all the masks, not just the human side. Of course, we got bomb shoes. Now, starting off this area, we want to go on and kind of murder everything. That's just how I do things. I'm not even going to worry about that bomb shoe yet. Until he runs up to my face and blows me up. And then apparently you can't shoot that from this angle. Now, even though we are in broad daylight, the mirror shield does not activate. For some reason. I don't know why. Alright, so with all these annoyances taken care of, let's go on and up over here and grab our first ferry. Now, there's a reason why I'm not pointing several things out in at the entrance of this dungeon. Is because the item of this dungeon, basically we get 2 dungeons for the price of 1 in this area. And each one sort of plays off of a different, and each one of them sort of plays off of a different gimmick. Now, instead of wasting a bomb, I generally like to try and get that bomb shoe to blow this thing up for me, but apparently he wasn't feeling nice, so I'll just go on and blast mask. We do have to do this, viewers, because we need to get in here to grab this box. Oh yeah. Now, something huge of note, viewers, this is one of the only places where you use the song you learn to get... Actually, this is the only place that you use the song that you learn to get to this place to actually do things here. You have to actually use the Eulogy of Emptiness in order to make it through some of these areas, because you need to press down multiple switches at once. on. So yeah, this is another reason why I like this dungeon, because even though most of the songs were used to just get to the dungeon, this one actually incorporates the song in the dungeon itself. Another reason why I fucking love this dungeon. And then, number 4. There are actually 2 boxes in that room, if not 3, so you don't have to use the Eulogy of Emptiness on these 2 switches, but I like to. And by doing that, we get access. Access to what? Well, we'll find out soon. God damn, I love doing that. Go on and kill this Foyer Floy. That's it, go on and cool this Foyer Floy. Thank you. Now, this is one of the areas that you cannot use the blast mask on. You have to actually drop a bomb there. You can't just blast it with the blast mask. So you gotta remember that one, viewers. And instead of taking the stairs, I'm just gonna barrel roll. Yeehaw! As long as you're hurled into a ball, you will not be hurt by fall damage unless you fall out of the map. Yeah. These guys are funny. And they're decent for bombs. And I just did something stupid. What else is new? Now, what's funny is, once again, this is one of the things where all you gotta do is just turn around. You don't even have to aim, because it's properly aimed while the shield's on your back. Now, what's funny is doing this. If you did it right, you would have been able to have the first one set off the second one. And of course, you have to do this to not only get a key, but also a fairy. Because fairies are everything! But it's not a fairy. It's actually a map! Alright. Now there is a little bit of an extra area in here that a lot of people tend to forget. You want to go on and come up here before leaving, or else you'll have to come back, and that's kind of annoying. And of course, this is where the fairy that I was talking about was. So now we actually do have the fairy that was in here, and we can move on. Now, I won't be able to get all of the fairies right off, and for very good reasons. As for the time being, I can't do anything there. However, if we manage to get on over to the other side, which we will manage to do because that's not all that hard to do, normally you'd have to jump up out of the water, all that fun stuff to get up there. However, I know an easier way. Just get caught by that hand, and it'll toss you up. No damage dealt whatsoever. And right here, I'm going to do a very widely known speedrunning tactic. Just toss a bomb up and over that, and you'll activate the chest on the other side. That's a fairly widely known speedrunning tactic. We still won't be able to get that chest for a little while anyways. It does, however, indeed make things a wee bit easier once we come back. Remember this switch. Remember everything in this dungeon, viewers. Just fucking do it. Do it. You missed, bitch! sure you hit that switch there, viewers. Make 100% sure you do, because you're going to be kicking yourself if you forget to step on that switch. Along with, after taking my mask off, that switch up there. Make sure you hit that switch as well. Yes, even though we cannot get these, as y'all can plainly see, because they're kind of, well, you know, upside down, you can still at least hit those switches. That way when we come back in the proper way, we'll actually be able to do stuff. Now, I like to charge this for 30 seconds. That gives you plenty of time to sort of get over and aim properly. This just gives us access back to the original room. We have no need to go through there at the moment. For the time being, we get the compass. Making some fairly decent progress. Alright, we definitely want to get this mask on us for the time being. And I'm going to go on a quick spin to get me some health. Now, before entering this room, make sure you equip the mask, because I forgot that I need to actually be Goron for this. Yes. You need to make sure you equip that mask because you forget to be Goron. Anyways, we need to knock those out of the way. Then, by equipping the mask, these black fluffs that just appear out of fucking nowhere will now ignore us and make this a hell of a lot easier puzzle. See, these guys are just going to keep wandering about. They won't do any damage to you unless you accidentally run into them. So yeah, this dungeon is this room is made a hell of a lot easier just by simply equipping the stone mask. Now, of course, there is a treasure chest here. We'll have to get it later, because we gotta figure out which switch does what, which of these smiling young faces does what. I don't know why, but whenever I do alliteration with S's, I always feel the need to add in a list. Maybe it's an homage to my cousin. I don't know. I don't really like that cousin. Yes, viewers. I know, family's everything. I just don't like that cousin too much. That's just me, though. Actually, from what I hear, the rest of my family kinda doesn't like that cousin much either. But you know what, whatever. It don't really matter, because you don't know about this channel anyways, and even if you did, hey, you don't even know who I am. Now this one, I tend to want to sit here for a good minute before moving on, because as you can see, in order to actually do this puzzle, we need to reflect it off of 2 mirrors. And each of these mirrors do give you exactly the same amount of time that you spend reflecting it, minus a couple seconds for you to run up to the next one. So that should be good. Minus a couple seconds that you spent running up to the next one and aiming for it. And this is why I'm not a huge fan of this room, because, yeah. The second mirror, I tend to have a few troubles trying to aim at it. There we go, but I got it in my first try. And so in these boxes we got red rupees, but we don't need to destroy them, so I'm just not gonna. Welcome to another fun room. Now, before getting on to why we need to be a Goron for this section, I want to go on and get this fairy. That's right over here. Along with a bit of rupees, because why leave rupees just laying on the ground? Hey, hey, you can jump up back here. There we go. Now that I've gotten that fairy, I can go on and complete the entirety of this without having to worry about getting that fairy. Of course, I immediately fuck it up. Yeah, I'm not making it